Hey, good afternoon. My name is Carla Foley and I'm the principal here at Gilmer High School. I'm pleased to welcome everyone to this exciting event. GHS is extremely honored that Georgia Tech chose our campus to make this announcement that will affect so many students across the state of Georgia. At GHS, we pride ourselves in offering students many opportunities to be successful and to carry that success into college, the workplace, or the military. Our vision, which is to empower students in a learning environment that fosters leadership, accountability, and authenticity in preparation for lifelong learning in a global society, ensures that our students are prepared for whatever the future may hold. By having President Peterson and distinguished guests from Georgia Tech, along with Speaker Ralston and many of our top juniors and seniors in attendance today, we can all celebrate how the work we are doing at GHS can lead to opportunities for our students at Georgia Tech. So now, without much further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce Georgia Tech's 11th president, Dr. G.P. Bud Peterson. Under his leadership, in the past 8 years, Georgia Tech has developed and begun an implementation of a 25-year strategic plan, exceeded the $1.5 billion goal of Campaign Georgia Tech by 20%, expanded innovative collaborations and strategic partnerships, grown the campus footprint, attracted additional startups and established companies alike to Tech Square and other innovation neighborhoods surrounding the 400-acre Atlanta campus, and increased national and global visibility. Notably, in that time, applications have tripled and enrollment has increased by 23%. He and his wife, Val, have 4 adult children, 2 of whom are Georgia Tech alumni. Please join me in welcoming President Peterson.
Thank you, Ms. Foley. It's a real pleasure to be here. We're very, very excited, and I want to thank all of you for joining us. We're honored today that Speaker David Ralston could be here, as well as the Superintendent of Gilmer County School District, Dr. Shanna Wilkes, and members of the Gilmer County School Board. I think we also have several members of the Chamber of Commerce, so welcome to you. We're glad that you could join us, and especially a welcome to some of the students that are here with us today. We at Georgia Tech are enormously proud to be one of the 4 research universities in the university system of Georgia. With students from all 50 states and over 117 countries, Georgia Tech is currently ranked as the 7th best public university by U.S. News & World Report, and one of the best in the world. And while we're proud of our global reputation, we're equally proud to serve many Georgia residents, Georgia students, some of the best and brightest, and it's part of our commitment to ensure that we serve the state and citizens of Georgia. Today, we're announcing Georgia Tech Scholars Program. Georgia Tech will offer automatic acceptance to all Georgia High School valedictorians and salutatorians, including those from Gilmer High School. And it goes into effect with this year's graduates. So those of you that are seniors are eligible for this program. This includes all of the public and private schools throughout the state with 50 or more students. This Georgia Tech Scholars Program is the outgrowth of our commitment to improve college access for students from throughout the state and supports our goal of putting a Georgia Tech education and degree within reach of every qualified student in the state of Georgia. Georgia Tech Scholars have a wide variety of financial opportunities, including the Zell Miller Scholarship, Governor Nathan Deal's Reach Georgia program, and other state and federal financial aid programs. It's interesting to note that virtually every single incoming freshman this year at Georgia Tech is a recipient of the Hope Scholarship program. This is indicative of the quality of the students that we attract, both from here in Georgia and from across the country. In addition to those scholarships, students coming to Georgia Tech are also eligible for the Georgia Tech Promise Program, which is a scholarship program that's privately endowed and provides an opportunity for academically qualified students who have demonstrated financial need to be able to attend and graduate from Georgia Tech debt-free. Our research shows that today we have 79 Georgia Tech alum from Gilmer County, and over the past 10 years we've awarded 18 degrees to graduates from Gilmer County. While we're proud of those graduates, it's not nearly enough, And this program is designed to help us attract the best and brightest students from around the state and encourage them to attend Georgia Tech. We clearly have some work to do here in Gilmer County, and that's one of the reasons that we wanted to make this announcement here with you today. You know, students often consider their college options based on a variety of factors. At Georgia Tech, we're proud to have the 4th best engineering program in the country, as ranked by U.S. News and World Report. And we graduate more women engineers than any other institution in the country. But we also have programs in business, in computing, in design, in liberal arts, and in the sciences. It sometimes surprises people to understand that we have degrees in a College of Liberal Arts, actually the Ivan Allen Jr. College of Liberal Arts. But if an item or a topic has something to do with technology, then we at Georgia Tech want to be involved and engaged. And things like international affairs and public policy have a lot to do with technology these days. Today on campus is move-in day, and we'll welcome over 2,800 new freshmen to campus at Georgia Tech. On Sunday, we'll have the freshman convocation, where we will welcome the students, students and the parents of the incoming freshmen. I'll encourage them on Sunday to take full advantage of the opportunities that exist at Georgia Tech, to take advantage of the more than 400 student organizations that address things that go from student government to the scuba club. We've got a Pokemon club if you're interested in that. We have student competitions where students learn how to be innovative, how to create new companies and start new businesses. And we have programs to help students understand how they can pay for their expenses, including a very robust internship and co-op program. And in fact, over 50% or almost 40% of our students participate in an internship or co-op program, which allows them to help fund their education while getting academic credit. And in addition, we have a robust international exchange program, a program where over 50% of our undergraduates participate in some sort of meaningful international experience, including a study abroad or a work abroad program. In fact, over 40% of our undergraduates take a foreign language at Georgia Tech, even though it's not required. The most popular language is Mandarin Chinese. We have a great track record in terms of value added. About 15 years ago, or 10 years ago, we didn't hear very much about the return on investment for college education. But today it's a topic that's continually in the news. And Georgia Tech typically ranks in the top 2 or 3, along with the University of Georgia, in terms of return on investment. And that's because of the tremendous support we get from the legislature, the governor, and the Board of Regents here in Georgia. So what do you need to do to get to Georgia Tech if you're considering? You'll have to work hard. You'll have to submit an application and successfully complete the requirements for admission. Not all of you can be valedictorians or salutatorians, but we want all of you to consider coming to Georgia Tech. So strive to do your best. Focus on STEM courses. Work hard. Get engaged in service and leadership activities, and send in your application. Whether you're thinking about Georgia Tech or one of the other great institutions in the state or across the country, those types of activities, hard work, focus on your studies, focus on STEM, will help you be successful at any institution you're considering. Georgia Tech is proud and honored to be a resource for the state in education, research, and economic impact. Your school system has a slogan: every child, every opportunity, every day. And Georgia Tech wants to be part of those opportunities. We're all about creating opportunities for you as citizens of Georgia. For Georgia's future valedictorians and salutatorians, your opportunity is now wide open, and we hope you'll take full advantage of that opportunity. And I hope to see all of you on campus sometime in the near future. Thank you. It's now my great pleasure to introduce the Speaker of Georgia's House of Representatives, Mr. David Ralston. Representative Ralston has served the 7th District for 15 years, including serving as Speaker of the House for the past 7 years. As you probably know, he was born here in LJ and is a graduate of Gilmer High School. Speaker Ralston, we appreciate your leadership in Georgia State's House. We appreciate everything you do for higher education and everything you do for the great state of Georgia. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much, President Peterson. And let me say what a pleasure it is to have you and your team here in Gilmer County today. This is quite an honor for Gilmer County to have this announcement occur here, because this is truly a great day for young people in Georgia. I'm also delighted that we have a great team of educators here to welcome you. I'd like to recognize and thank Principal Carla Foley and School Superintendent Dr. Shanna Wilkes. These ladies and the many teachers and staff they lead, some of whom are here, work tirelessly to prepare our children for success in college and beyond. Their efforts are supported by a dedicated Board of Education and a business community that's represented here today by the Gilmer Chamber of Commerce. Offering automatic acceptance to Georgia Tech to public and private school valedictorians and salutatorians is one more way we can encourage excellence in the classroom. Combining this program with the Hope Scholarship or the Zell Miller Scholarship makes for a winning combination for Georgia's young people. I want to thank President Peterson and his leadership team for inviting deserving Georgia students to their campus. And I have a sort of a friendly back and forth with the president and his team, because I am a bulldog. Let me just say that today we are all Yellow Jackets. That will not apply on the last Saturday of November. Georgia Tech is an amazing institution of higher education. With more than 31,000 applications this year, a record high, it is evident that prospective students recognize this fact. Popular college rankings agree. U.S. News & World Report, as the president indicated, ranks Georgia Tech the #7 public university in the nation. Like the rest of our university system, Georgia Tech is a valuable partner in educating our citizens and preparing a world-class workforce. Workforce development is very much at the forefront of our public policy discussions these days. On Tuesday of this week, when the House Rural Development Council met here in LJ, they heard from the business community about the importance of having a ready workforce right here in Gilmer County. Programs like this will help recognize, reward, and retain our best and brightest scholars. That is a critical part of ensuring Georgia's economic growth and success for generations to come. So thank you for this program. Thank you for coming to my alma mater today to announce it. And thank you for all the great work that Georgia Tech does for our state and nation. And thank you for letting me join with you in this announcement. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Thank you all again for having us. And I just want to say it's a pleasure to be here. My name is Rick Clark. I'm the Director of Undergraduate Admission at Georgia Tech. And I think this is an excellent selection, not just because it is the speaker's alma mater, but also because of the proximity to Pools Barbecue. So I want to thank you for that, and also for the timing. It really couldn't be better. So one of the things I did want to let you all know about, the students that are in the room, is over the course of the next couple weeks, we're going to be traveling around the state with the University of Georgia and Georgia State University. We're going to be in 24 different towns and cities around the state doing programs in the morning for counselors and principals and superintendents, and then in the evening for students and parents. And actually, one of the programs is being held right here. It is going to be on August 29th at 6 o'clock. So I really hope that you guys will come back here at that time and hear a little bit from all of those 3 schools. One of the things we try to focus on is not just our institutions and the programs that we have to offer, but talking also about our system and all the opportunities that are available to you as Georgia citizens, but just the college admission process in general and some of the tips and insight that we all have. So, you know, if you came in today a little bit pessimistic and a little bit down, hopefully it gives you a little hope for the world that the University of Georgia and Georgia Tech and Georgia State are all teaming up in order to talk a little bit more about all of the great opportunities for you. You guys have heard a lot today and heard from a lot of different people, and I don't want to continue that too much. I just want to take a moment to tell you a quick story, and hopefully you can use this in your college admissions search. A couple of years ago, we went to Piedmont Park to take holiday pictures with our family. And first of all, on behalf of parents everywhere, I just want to apologize to you guys for being drugged around, probably dressed up in order to take holiday pictures. I know nobody enjoys that. It's kind of borderline masochistic, so I'm sorry. Especially if you've been drugged to the beach with like 14 other people in jeans and white shirts. That's not right, and we're sorry. But my daughter was 4, and I was way more concerned with her wearing a dress and possibly getting attacked by some of the pretty over-aggressive geese in the park at Piedmont. And so I wasn't watching my son play as much. And he at the time was 7, and so he kind of went darting off, couldn't find him. And to be honest with you, initially I was a little relieved. You know, he's a handful, and it kind of felt good to not have to worry about him too much. But then I started thinking about defects and some of the repercussions. Decided I better go look for him. So I come around a corner, and he had scaled a magnolia tree in Piedmont Park. He was 8 feet up and 8 feet out on a horizontal branch. And he's sitting, what we will say, crisscross applesauce with his hands like this. And he's looking out at me and he says, "Look beyond what you see." Which, if any of you all know the classic cinematography piece, The Lion King, you know that that was, you know, what Rafiki the baboon said to Simba about going back to, we won't get into that too much, but, you know, my initial thought was, wow, this kid is really weird, you know, he's pretty quirky. But at the same time, let's not dismiss the fact that he might be a problem. So I thought a little bit about that, and then I also thought about college admission. And here's what I would say to you as high school students, is in this town and where you live, you see a lot of the same things around you. You see a lot of the same bumper stickers in the back of cars. You see a lot of people, you know, kind of going either to the same colleges or having certain, you know, perceptions about schools, whatever it may be, right? And I think one of your jobs as a high school student is try to look beyond what you see. Try to consider way more than maybe what's right in front of you or what people have done just the year prior. And that really plays out in a lot of ways. The Georgia Tech accepts the common application and the coalition application. On the common application, you can apply to 700 plus schools, right? You can see a huge gamut of these opportunities in the landscape. On the coalition application, 100 different schools that accept that. And I know you guys are getting stuff in the mail, you're getting emails, and if you remember nothing else from what I said, it's look beyond what you see and recycle. So as all these schools are sending you their perfectly glossy, shiny brochures with kids under trees, the professors, sunny days in Vermont, recycle, right? Don't just be lazy and throw that in the trash. We can save the world one college brochure at a time. But this coming year, both Tyler Queen and Alexis Nunn are coming from Gilmer County High School, 2,850 freshmen moving in the next 2 days on campus. But one of the things a lot of students don't realize is we also enroll about 1,000 transfer students. And so I would encourage you to look beyond what you see in that, yes, there's an opportunity to come in your first year, but if for family reasons or economic reasons or just comfort reasons that you want to stay at a smaller school initially or stay in a smaller place initially and then come to Georgia Tech, it's a really viable option. And about 1,000 students, the vast majority of those, about 800 of that 1,000, come from Georgia and ultimately matriculate to Georgia Tech. And the last thing that I want to say is, one of the things about looking beyond what you see is the cost. Sometimes you see application fees of $75 or $85 at some of these schools, and that alone is a barrier. Last year, almost 15% of the students who applied to Georgia Tech were granted a fee waiver because they had also had a fee waiver to apply or to take the SAT or the ACT. They were on free and reduced lunch. Don't let cost on paper on a website keep you from applying, because there's a lot of ways to do that in a really financially reasonable way. And then same too, when you see tuition costs at a lot of schools, and just that sticker price can be shocking. Now the federal government has made it a law that it is necessary to publish what's called a net price calculator, and I hope you're using that. It has to be within 3 clicks of the homepage of any of these schools' admission pages. And you can go in there and put family income, you can put all the different kind of fiscal pieces of your profile to see what a real cost might be for your family. And so don't be shocked by numbers like 20,000 or 40,000 and think it's impossible and think that it's out of reach, because many students are receiving extensive financial aid packages. It's something at Georgia Tech that we're extremely committed to, making sure that it can be an affordable future. And I hope you'll look beyond what you see too by coming down to campus, getting on campus at Georgia Tech and looking around, and on the way going to a couple other schools and checking those out as well. Spelman and Morehouse and Oglethorpe and Agnes Scott and Georgia State and all the other great schools that are en route from here to there or easily accessible right here in the state of Georgia. And the last thing I want to say is, beyond just thank you for hosting. And I know you have a big football game coming up tomorrow against Fannin County up in Blue Ridge. And I want to wish you guys all the best on that. A great season, a great year, and we do hope to host you on campus soon. Thanks for being here today. Go Jackets.